live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here by my brother Tim. And today, we get some NFL football. Week 3 in the NFL. We also get a full MLB slate. It should be a fun day overall. So, should be good. But before we go into today's slate, we look over what happened yesterday. And I had a lot of action yesterday and overall had a good day. Looking at baseball first from yesterday, then I have a ton of college football that I had yesterday. I went 5-2 in baseball yesterday. A very nice day in baseball. St. Louis St. Louis team total over, cashes in the 9th inning. Tampa Bay first 5 run line, cashes in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 2-run home run. Kansas City, Detroit, first 5 under. That one cashed. San Francisco, first 5 in full game run lines. That one cashes. My only losers yesterday were the Dodgers. Yep, that makes about right sense. All right. And then looking at football, hang in with me here. I had a lot of action yesterday, and I added more throughout the day. Overall, I went 16-13 in college football. Had 29 plays. That includes half-unit sprinkles on money lines. Central Michigan -10 was a loser. Boston College +2.5, winner. +110, half a unit play, winner. Texas -9, absolutely destroys Texas Tech. Boise State takes care of business, -9, winner. Georgia -35.5. Never thought I would have a no sweater laying that many points. Minnesota -31. They lose outright. That was a bad play. I had that game power ranked at 37.5 though. Eastern Michigan takes care of business against Texas State -6.5. Cash it. The Razorbacks +5 and +170. Half unit play. Cash them both. Maryland -14. Cash it. Baylor +7. Cash it. +225. Half unit play. You can take that to the bank. Louisville -115. You can cash that one. And then here's where my night kind of tips off here. Iowa -23. Auburn -27.5. South Carolina +5. South Carolina +165. Nebraska +175. Kansas State +5.5. Kansas State +190. Colorado +14. Houston -19. Tennessee +19. I did cash on that Nebraska +5 though. They covered the spread, did not win the game outright. Did get a cover from West Virginia as they almost pull off the upset against Oklahoma. Air Force -175, cash that one easily. South Florida with a little bit of a comeback there, +24, cashed it there at the end. East Carolina -24.5, did not cash that one. So overall, a very nice day and everything yesterday. I finished up about 5 units, so I can't complain. How about your day yesterday?
Well, you pretty much mentioned all the college football games. We're on the same games. Our premium plays for college football went 10-5 yesterday. Can't complain with that one. We did have a 9-2 start and then kind of tampered off at the end of the night, but still a really, really good night. As for baseball, it was not a good day. I had the Red Sox who were winning until the 8th when Giancarlo Stanton hit that grand slam. I had the under in the Rays game. That didn't work out. I had the Nationals. They ended up losing in the bottom of the 9th. I had the under in that Giants game. Barely cashed it. And I had Seattle last night, which I guess the Angels wanted to play football. They won 14-1. So overall, combining both baseball and college football, it was about a break-even day. But I think I was up a little bit. But ultimately, can't complain. Live to bet another day. And we got some NFL action today, so I'm excited to get into that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm just typing up my plays now. But we can get into the first game here as we'll look over at the NFL. Kicking it off here, the Arizona Cardinals are at the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one. Total or Jaguars 7.5 or Cardinals 7.5 point road favorites in this one. Total 51.5. Are you looking at this game?
I didn't bet it. No, it's so interesting. I get to start off with with a pass on today's tape. We will have our plays scrolling across the bottom. We are a little bit late getting everything set up and everything. So ultimately, our plays will scroll across the bottom. I passed on this game. It'd be a lean towards Jacksonville. Grab the home team with that 7 and a hook. I know Arizona's good. I don't know whether or not we can trust them just yet to cover a spread. They are 2-0 to start the year, 1-1 against the spread. They had that they had that lucky win last week against the Vikings. So I'm not really sure if we could trust them to cover a spread just yet. I would take Jacksonville just because they're at home. I know Jacksonville hasn't covered this year, hasn't won this year, 0-2 to start it off. But at home, I think Jacksonville will be able to cover the 7 and a hook today. Lean Jacksonville, but ultimately I did not bet it.
Yeah, looking at this game, I'm going to put the baseball plays I just put in scrolling there. Looking at this game, yeah, we have Arizona. Once again, yeah, I had this game power ranked at 7.5. I'll start it off with what my power ranking is for each game. I have Cardinals minus 7.5 for this game. So I think this game is priced 100% correctly. We have a Jacksonville team who hasn't looked particularly great. They're on, a 17-game losing streak dating back to last season. Trevor Lawrence has not looked particularly great. If you guys are into prop betting, I think Trevor Lawrence to throw an interception today is not a bad play. I could see the Jaguars covering the spread, though. I like the Cardinals. Cardinals are giving me vibes that the Panthers were for Thursday night, where they are a team I like. Yes, I like the Cardinals this season. Do I like them to cover a 7.5-point spread? I don't know yet. That is the problem. I do like Kyler Murray. I do like what that offense can do. They are in Jacksonville here, so they are traveling West Coast to East Coast. And in this spot here, we have a 2-0 versus an 0-2 team. Jacksonville has not looked particularly great either week. They lost 23-13 against Denver last week, and they lost 37-21 week 1 against Houston, which Houston we don't think is going to be that great this season. So overall, this is going to be an easy pass for me to start the day. If I could have gotten less than a touchdown on Arizona, then you probably could have talked me into some Cardinals for today, but not at 7.5. I don't think 7.5 is a good play for this one.
Gotcha. Go through the chat real quick, Nick.
Yeah, we'll look over the chat here. Marcos, what's up, my favorite guys? Let's get it. Cash today. Hit the like button. People share and subscribe. Show some appreciation. This is very valuable free info. I'm so excited. It's football Sunday. Yes. Money NHL. Yes, there's preseason NHL. I'm not going to be betting preseason NHL, but I'm excited it's back. Good morning, NFL Sunday. Yes, Money NFL. Good morning, Todd Reeves. How you doing? Put EO. Put on me on Baylor yesterday. Yes, I was super excited about that play. That was a nice plus 225 cash. Yeah, Red Sox did do awesome yesterday. They were great
until the 8th inning.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
I'll spoil it. I will have the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. So
yep.
Live to bet another day. Let's go, boys. Yeah, let's do it. Moving on. The Indianapolis Colts are at the Tennessee Titans for this one. Titans 5-point favorites in this game. Total are plus 200 run back here on the Colts. Total 47 in this game. And looking at this one, the line here -5 for the Titans. My line, Titans -3. So right off the bat, I see some value here with the Colts in this spot, and that's exactly where I'm going in this game. I know that Carson Wentz's status is still up in the air. I don't know if he's questionable for today. Either way, I think that this is a spot where I think this is going to be one of those games. It's going to come down to the end. So far, the Colts have started 0-2. They lost 27-24 last week against the Rams. They lost 28-16 against the Seahawks. So 2 tough games to start the season, though, for the Colts. They drew a short straw there for scheduling reasons. And I think this is a spot where they can compete. I got them plus 5.5 yesterday. And I also got them plus 210, half a unit play on the money line. I don't mind it at 5. I think this is a spot where you're going to see the Colts come to play, trying to avoid going 0-3 to start the year. So for me, this is a play on the Colts plus 5. I like it at 5.5 even more. I don't mind it at 5. And a sprinkle on that plus 210 money line.
Yeah, nothing's really proved to me to bet either of these two teams. I don't have a bet in this game as well. I just haven't really been able to get enough from these two teams. Indy, yeah, they were able to cover their 3.5-point spread last week against the Rams. Not really hung up on that one, and they lost badly in week 1. Carson Wentz just has not looked good this year. We were relying on an Indy offense that we thought could do something, and they just haven't. And then on the other side, Tennessee, ugly week 1. And then last week, they came back and won a game they had no business winning. They won last week in overtime. They really shouldn't have. And I really don't think that I feel comfortable with them covering a 5.5-point spread. I passed on this game, just not a spot that I wanted to get to. Maybe a lean towards the under in this game. I don't think you're going to see much offense, and especially if Tennessee is up, say, 14-0 start or 14-3 somewhere late in the game. You're going to see a bunch of Derrick Henry runs and really run out the clock. So maybe a lean towards the under in this game, but ultimately I got nothing.
Fair enough. So then we'll move on here. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Detroit Lions in this one. Ravens minus 7.5 in this game, plus 310 money line run back here on the Detroit Lions at home. Total 50.5 in this game. Are you looking at anything in this one?
I actually did. Yes, this will be the first one that I grabbed something from. I grabbed Baltimore. Coming off a big win last week against Kansas City, they were able to win by 1 point last week against what a lot of people consider is the Super Bowl favorite this year. And I think they ride that momentum right through. And I would honestly take Baltimore minus 10, minus 14 in this game. They should absolutely smash today. It really shouldn't be that close. I mean, normally the hook would scare me. Doesn't scare me in this game. I think Baltimore takes care of business against a bad Detroit team. I think, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if at the end of the day, which Lamar Jackson will be in. He'll be good to go. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Baltimore score 50 points on them, honestly. I would look at the over as well. I don't mind that. I think that this is going to be a really good game. But it's Baltimore or nothing in this one. It's got to be take Baltimore minus 7.5.
Yeah, looking at this game here, the Ravens minus 7.5. My number, Ravens minus 10.5. So I think there's around 3 points of value here on the Ravens in this spot. I do like Baltimore minus 7.5. The hook doesn't scare me. Unfortunately, I got it at 8 earlier in the week because I saw that go from 7.5 to 8, and I had a feeling this line was going to go up to 10 potentially. I'm also sitting here waiting for some first quarter team totals to come out so I can bet some over half a points. None of those have come out yet. When those do come out, I will give those out either on stream if they come out before the stream is over, or on the community tab. But looking at this game here, we have Baltimore coming in off of a huge win after an embarrassing loss in week number 1 where they lost that game like twice. They come back against a good Kansas City team, and now they get to go into Detroit. One thing that does worry me is this Detroit team can be pretty scrappy at times. We saw what they did in week number 1. But then we saw them lay an egg in week number 2 against the Green Bay Packers. They were up 17-14 heading into halftime. If you had that team total over 17.5 with the Detroit Lions last Monday night, I feel so bad for you because that was a bad beat there. I expect the Ravens to be able to just roll over this Lions team. This is a spot where I see 30-14 type of game. Like, it's going to be one of those type of games. I don't particularly have any I have no interest backing this Lions team right now. Jared Goff is going to have to probably drop back a bunch of times. So if you're looking for prop bets, maybe a completion prop bet with Jared Goff especially when they fall down like 14-0 in the second quarter, you're going to have to see him drop back and throw a little bit more. The only question is who he's going to be thrown to. Maybe TJ Hawkinson, look for props for him. But overall in this game, I'm on the Ravens minus 7.5. I like a lot of favorites today. I only have, I think, one dog play. So give me the Ravens here, minus 7.5 against the Detroit Lions in this spot.
Real quick, looking before we jump back to the chat, looking at the circa selection picks, there was for your top 5 most selected teams. Raiders were number 1 for the circa contest.
Okay.
Rams were number 2, Packers number 3, Dolphins number 4. So Ravens Dolphins has both the number 1 and number 4 for most selected team in the circa contest, and the Cardinals are rounding out the top 5. Cardinals the only one out of those 5 with less than 1,000 people.
Heard.
Thought that was interesting.
Going back to the chat. Hello, guy. Hello, Dad. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Top of the day, fellas. Las Vegas, the way to be.
We'll see.
Good morning, guys. Missed both your faces. Been watching replay daily. Appreciate it, Gloria. It wasn't that bad.
Hey. Hi, Sean.
And then Francisco Montoya saying good morning.
Good morning.
All right, moving on. Got another decent matchup here. The Buffalo Bills are hosting the Washington football team in this one. Minus 7 here for the Bills. Total of 45.5 in this game. Are you looking at anything in this one?
Once again, I think this is fair. I think it's a favorite week for sure. We're taking Buffalo minus 7. We get Buffalo at home against a Washington team that is still without Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're still on Heineke. They were able to beat a bad Giants team last week. I'm not too sold on it. Buffalo came back last week and pounded 35-0 against that Miami team. And I expect nothing less from Buffalo this week as well. I expect them to absolutely take care of business. I don't really think anything else will change. You're coming in Buffalo with one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one of the best offenses, and their defense is going to play solid today against a Washington team, which, their defense looks fine, I guess. But they're on their backup quarterback, and their offense just has not looked good. So for this one, it's Buffalo or nothing. I got to bet on Buffalo. I think that's the more solid spot.
Sounds good. I'm on the same page with this one here. First of all, power rankings, Buffalo minus 8.5 I have for this game, and it's a 7. So seeing a 1.5 of value here on the Buffalo Bills, getting them at a touchdown, I think that's a fine price. The Bills coming in, they took care of business last week. Granted, Tua did get hurt in that game, but they still looked absolutely amazing. That defense, 35-0 type of win. That's a really nice win there for Buffalo. Washington is coming off of a Thursday night game against the Giants that went all the way down to the wire. They needed a offsides penalty to be able to kick a game-winning field goal on that one. Didn't cover the spread. And now they go to Buffalo, to Bills Mafia, and are playing in Buffalo. So I think this is a nice spot here for the Bills in this game. Minus 7, I think that's a totally okay price. I would bet this all the way to 8. And Buffalo, I think they're good. They're going to be ready, and they're going to show up today. If you could have gotten under a touchdown with Buffalo here, I think this line opened at 8.5.
9.5 on the
9.5, and it's been bet down. That's what's created the value here on this game. I believe in the beginning, the opening line would have favored the Washington football team in this one. But at 7, the only play is Buffalo. If you were looking at Washington, you've missed your line. And I like the Bills in this spot. Minus 7's a nice price. They're coming into this game looking not bad last week. So give me the Bills here. Minus the 7 points. I still think they're a very good team. I still think they have a very nice chance at knocking off the Chiefs for a Super Bowl spot. And I think that they should be able to take care of a team like Washington with Taylor Heineke at quarterback. So give me the Buffalo Bills in the spot.
I like it. KJ says, I need the 2 best picks today, bros. Yesterday went quick. Pick 2 of them from the bottom. We don't have our best bets. If you want our best bets, Our circa pick and our best MLB play are up on picks and parlays. Those are our best bets of the day. But these are our free plays.
Yep. All right. Next game here. The New Orleans Saints are at the New England Patriots in this one. The Patriots -3 in this game, a total of 43.5. And looking at this here, we get a Saints team who is 1-1. They took care of business here in week number 1, 38-3 against Green Bay, and they laid an absolute egg against the Carolina Panthers last week. This is Jameis Winston went back to being the Baker Jameis Winston that likes to give everybody turnovers, and I don't know if we can particularly trust Jameis Winston, to be completely honest. Looking at this game, my power ranking, New England -1. So this would be a lean towards the Saints in this game at plus money here. Am I getting involved in this game? Probably not. Actually, I am not. I'm leaning towards the Saints in this game at plus 130. Honestly, I'm staying off this game, though. We don't know what we're going to be expecting from Jameis Winston. This is going to be their third road game in a row because they played week 1 at home again in Jacksonville against Green Bay, and I think they're going to be playing their first home game next week against the Giants. Even though we saw some video the other day of Mercedes-Benz Stadium was on fire a little bit. So no, I'm being dead serious. This is I don't know. I don't know where the heads are for the Saints team. I know they're professional athletes. This is just a spot where I have plenty of action on this NFL card. This is just one I did not need to get to. I think this is a literal coin toss, and that's what we're seeing here. Should be a pick 'em. I mean, because New England's a -3 in this game, so if this was on a neutral site, it would be a pick 'em. So lean towards the Saints in this spot. I'm not getting involved, though.
I will be leaning the other way. I know he says who dat. I'm sorry to tell you, but who dat is not the play. I didn't bet this game, but I would be leaning towards the Patriots in this one. Take the -3 for the home team. Keep in mind the New Orleans Saints will still be without 3 assistant coaches due to COVID restrictions and COVID protocols. So they're probably going to still be a little bit hampered there. So not as good there. But and we saw last week with Jameis Winston turn back to his former self, his Tampa Bay Jameis Winston per se. Just not a spot that I would necessarily be interested in going after. It would be definitely a lean towards the New England Patriots. I think that they have the upper edge in this one. New Orleans has not played a home game this year, and we're already in week 3. So we don't know where their heads are at. But for this one, it's New England or nothing for me. Even with how bad they've been playing, I'm still all right with going after New England in this game.
Fair enough. So yeah, this was an easy pass game. Stimmy's on the Jags +8.
I don't mind it. I really don't
mind it at all.
I'm just a little bit nervous about Arizona being able to cover a spread like that.
Yeah, Jacksonville is one of our group circa picks. It wasn't Tim and I's personal circa pick, but it was part of one of our group mates picked that pick. So
yep.
So I definitely don't mind the Jaguars pick there. Moving on though. We get the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Both these teams coming in 1-1 into the game. Chiefs -7, +260 run back with the Chargers, total 54.5. And looking at this game here, I was thinking that this game line was going to be bet down to 6.5 or 6 to be completely honest. This line was at 6 the entire week, and I was waiting for this line to drop even more. It didn't. It went up, and I still like the Chiefs though in this spot. I got the Chiefs -7 in this game. I expect a bounce back performance after what happened last Sunday night against the Ravens, and the Chargers didn't look particularly great last week. Their offense has struggled. I mean, they put up 17 points last week against a Cowboys defense that we don't expect too much from, and I think this Chiefs team is going to be able to put up points against this Chargers team. So I think that this is a spot where if you like the the Chiefs, I mean, it's a 31.5, unfortunately. So you would need around 34 points then, because 32 and 33 aren't. 33 you can get to, but you're gonna need a decent score there for the Chiefs to catch their team total. I think they can potentially do it. I like this Chiefs offense still. This is one of the best offensive, if not the best offensive unit in football. We all know Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill can break off any type of play. Travis Kelce's an absolute tank in the middle of the field. Their offensive line, it is improved. They traded a first-round draft pick to improve that offensive line. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not a bad running back if they need to get to the run game. So I think the Chargers are the play here, -7. I expect them to potentially run away with this game. Chiefs, my bad, are the play here. I expect them to run away with this game potentially at the end. Chiefs -7 for me here.
Yeah, Bobby says, if not, who dat, then bolt up. Nope, sorry to tell you, we're on Kansas City. Even though we've seen Kansas City not cover the first 2 weeks, Chargers, sloppy play. In order to come into Kansas City and be able to cover, I think they have to play a lot cleaner. And we just did not see that. We saw so many points taken off the board last week because of penalties. And if they keep doing that, they're not going to compete with the Chiefs. I don't know if their turnaround could be that good. They're coming into Kansas City, which is a very tough place to play in, especially since the Patrick Mahomes era. And I find it really hard for Herbert to be able to help catch up because in order for the Chargers to compete and try to cover, they're going to have to compete offensively. And I don't know if they necessarily can be able to put up with this offensive juggernauts in the Kansas City Chiefs. So for this game, I grabbed Kansas City -7. I just think it's a solid spot for them to finally cover a spread this year and go with it.
Sounds good. Moving on, the next game here, the Atlanta Falcons are at the New York Football Giants. Both teams coming in 0-2 into this game. So this is a get-right spot for one of these teams. The Giants currently 2.5-point favorites in this game, plus 125-ish. Run back here for the Falcons. Total 47.5 in this game. Looking at this one, we get the Falcons, who have been beat pretty bad the first 2 weeks. They haven't covered the spread at all. They lost 32-6 in week number 1. They lost 48-25 in week number 2. And on the other side, the Giants, though, they didn't play great in week number 1. They lost 27-13. But they played all the way down to the wire in week number 2 on that Thursday night game. They win 30-29. And looking at this game, my power ranking, Giants -5. The line -2.5. I'm on the Giants in this one here. I think that this is a spot where the Giants should be able to take advantage against a really bad Falcons team. They also get that extra time to prepare for this game. They did play on Thursday night. They do have the extra rest. They had the 10 days of rest rather than just a week. So I think that the Giants will come into this game, be more prepared. As long as Daniel Jones does not treat the football like a hand grenade, I think we'll be okay with this game. I like the Giants here. Lay the -2.5 points. You're getting it under a field goal. I think the Giants are a much better team than this Atlanta Falcons team, which I expect to potentially be one of the worst in football. And we've seen the Giants cover a spread so far this season. We haven't seen that from Atlanta. So give me a big blue here, -2.5 against the Atlanta Falcons in this game.
This game's going to be ugly. It's going to be really ugly. I don't like this. I don't like these games. If anything, for me, honestly, I have the same arguments, but flip them around. I think the Giants are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I don't think they're going to be as bad as the Jets, but the Giants will 100% be one of the worst teams in the league. They're only favored today because it's in New York or in New Jersey. Honestly, I think Atlanta should be the favorite in this game. I didn't bet them. I didn't bet them on today's slate. I did set up my degenerate $1 money line parlay, and Atlanta is part of it. But I'm not really too keen on this game. It's just not a good spot for it. Two teams that are 0-2. I find that there's better spots on the slate to bet than this game. So I'm not interested. Maybe even a lean towards the under in this game, not because the offenses are good, but because not because the defenses are good, but because the offenses are bad. So pass in this game, maybe lean towards the under and lean towards Atlanta.
Yeah, looking at this game, I was looking at where this game should be priced. And on a neutral field, it should be around a 2.5, 3-point favorite for the Giants. And in Atlanta, it should be about a pick 'em here. It should be about a pick 'em there in Atlanta. So yeah, I think that this line makes sense. You're getting the right team favored here.
Keep in mind the line has moved from a 3 to a 2.5, which is saying that money's
We're
coming
getting
in
a better
on
line on the Giants. But yeah. Brennan Beer says fading KC against the spread has been one of the most profitable plays in the NFL going back to last year. Someone will need to drag me away from that bet today. Yeah, I think that the Chiefs take care of business there. And when I go and put together my $1 parlay, I think the Giants are going to be part of that one for me. Moving on, the Chicago Bears are at the Cleveland Browns in this one. Browns a 7.5-point favorite now. This line has gone up. Total or plus 280 run back here with the Bears. Total 44.5. Where are you looking at this game?
Yeah, there's just been a lot of line movement for this one. I can't really back it now. If anything, with the hook, it'd be a look more towards the Chicago Bears in this game, plus the 7.5 hook. It's just I didn't get around to betting this one. Cleveland has looked all right. They lost week 1 to Kansas City. They took care of business against Houston, but didn't cover. So looking at this one, it would have to be, if you can get it back at a 7 on a book, Cleveland's the play. 7.5 hook, Chicago I like a little bit better. I just think that this game's going to be a very close one to the point where a hook can make a big difference. Looking at the total, it went from a 47 to a 44.5, which is telling me a lot of people are betting it down for the under. So maybe a look towards the over in this game, but I don't have any interest in this one.
Fair enough. Yeah, looking at this game for me, the Bears coming into this game are 1-1. They got out with a win against Cincinnati last week. Now they have traveled to the Browns, who are also 1-1. The Browns lost week 1 to those Chiefs. And then week 2, they did get the win. They played the Texans 31-21, did not cover the spread in that game, though. So both these teams are 1-1 against the spread as well. My power ranking for this game, Cleveland minus 8.5. I don't want this Cleveland team at 7.5, though. If this was at 7, if this was still at 7, I'd probably be looking more towards the Browns. Unfortunately, you can no longer get 7 for the Browns here. If you do want 7, you would have to, nope, I can't even pay for it on my book here. You would have to buy it down a half a point. Unfortunately, you can't do that here. So honestly, this game, it's a stay away for me in this spot here. I would lean towards the Browns in this one. I think that they are the rightful favorites of this type of stature. I was hoping more for a 7. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get that. If this would have gone down to a 6.5, I would have hammered the Browns in this spot. But I think the Browns do get the win in this game. Minus 350 will probably be part of my $1 degenerate parlay. But I have no interest in betting this game otherwise.
Yeah, nothing. We'll go ahead and move on, and I know I like this game.
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals are at the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. Steelers only a minus 2.5 now, total of 43 in this game. And we get both teams coming in 1-1. I believe every single team in the AFC North is 1-1. The Bengals coming off of a loss against the Bears in week number 2 and an overtime win in week number 1 versus the Vikings. So they've had a really weak schedule. On the other side, the Steelers coming off of a 26-17 loss against the Raiders, which I think the Raiders are going to be a better team than people think this season potentially. They've looked pretty good so far. And then they upset the Bills in week number 1. And looking at this game at 2.5, I think we're getting a gift here with the Steelers in this game. I think that there's still a home team in this one. 2.5 absolutely boggles my mind. My power ranking for this game, Pittsburgh minus 7. They should be touchdown favorites in this game, and they're 2.5 point favorites. You're getting some value here with the Steelers. And that's exactly where I'm going in this game. I unfortunately bet it earlier in the week when I had it power ranked at 7 and I saw it was 3.5. I'm like, ooh, that's going to go up before that's going to go down. That's going to go up to 4. I was dead wrong on that one. It's dropped a point since. They have had a little bit of injuries. But other than that, I like the Steelers in this spot here. They're still the better overall team. Cincinnati's still a team you can't particularly trust. And to fade the Steelers at home with the Bengals team and only get plus 2.5 to do it, or plus 130, not something that I'm particularly looking at. So, yeah, give me the Steelers here, minus 2.5 now against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think this is a spot where they should be able to take care of business. This is still the Steelers in the beginning of the season, where we saw they were good last year in the beginning of the season. I think they're going to look good today. Give me the Steelers here, minus 2.5 in this game.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we start betting the Steelers early in the season and then start to avoid them later on. And that's exactly what we're doing today. Only a 2.5-point favorites against the Cincinnati team, which I'm not sold on. No. Yes, they beat a bad Minnesota team week 1. Yes, I'm calling them bad. I don't think they're good. Pittsburgh were able to beat Buffalo week 1, and then last week, I don't know what really happened. They lost to the Raiders, and I really don't know what to expect from the Raiders this year. So I might be all right with that loss. I don't really know how I feel about it, but it's got to be Pittsburgh or nothing. You're getting them at home, less than a field goal favorites. I think that's a really, really good spot for them. So Pittsburgh, 100% the spot for me in this one. I think they can they take care of business today at home. All they have to do is win by a field goal. So let's get it done.
Yeah, a couple players that the Steelers will be missing are Alex Hightower, the linebacker, Deontay Johnson, wide receiver, and T.J. Watt, linebacker. So they are missing a few players, but still, this is still a better overall team here with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Correct.
Moving on to the 4 o'clock games now. The Miami Dolphins are at the Las Vegas Raiders. This is the game our circa pick is in. So we'll move on to the next one here. If you want to get that one, the link to that is in the description of the video down below. Moving on, the New York Jets here are at the Denver Broncos in this one, down to a 10-point spread in this game, plus 450 run back for the Jets, total of 41.5. Are you looking at this game, Tim?
Jets, suck. No, I'm not interested in this game. Sorry, had to do it. I wanted to do it. No, I'm not interested in this game. It's not necessarily a spot. Should the Broncos win? Yes, the Broncos should win. Should they win by over 10? Yes, they should win by over 10. Am I betting this game? No, I am not betting this game. This is just not a friendly spot for it. Teddy Bridgewater has done a really good job in Denver, though. I will say that. To be able to get the job done 2 weeks in a row. Granted, it was against a bad Giants team and
Jaguars
last week.
And now they played the Jets. Man, they were given cupcakes to start the season.
They were. So they should be starting off 3-0, but I'm not betting this game. It's just there's better spots to bet, guys. Come on. Let's go to other games.
Yeah, looking at this game, if you guys are still in a survivor pool and Denver's not your pick this week, I don't know who is, other than maybe the Ravens. But looking at this game here, yeah, I mean, it's Broncos or nothing. It has to be. This Jets team has looked absolutely horrible. And I have a feeling, once again, Zach Wilson kind of is taking after Sam Darnold and he's seeing ghosts. This is not what you want to see after your number 2 overall pick in last year's draft, who threw, I think, 3 interceptions in his first 5 passes. His first 2 passes against last week were interceptions. This is a bad Jets team. Now, granted, if they give me a team total over half a point with the Jets here in the first quarter, I'll probably take it. I'm still waiting on those first quarter team totals. They haven't come out with them yet. They do have first half team totals, but they don't have first quarter team totals. But yeah, I'm expecting the Jets to be one of those team total over half of teams. And hopefully that can hit. For me, this is a Denver or nothing spot. I feel like this is a game where Denver should be able to take care of business in this one. They're minus 10 for a reason. My power ranking is 11.5 on this game. And if we can get the Denver Broncos at 9.5, that's probably when I would jump on them. 10, I want to leave this game alone, though.
Sounds good.
Moving on, we have a decent game next, but first we'll look at the chat here. Is it just me, or is it me, or this week seems a little tighter than last week? The line was so much better last week and easier to cap.
It's just going to get tougher throughout the season.
Yeah, it is. It's going to get sharper and sharper throughout the season. I'm on the Jets plus 10.5 and the over 41. Good luck. Denver Broncos over. I don't think.
And I'll explain real quick. The only reason why I don't like the over is because you would have to get the Jets to score as well, and I don't really see the Jets really doing much.
If you like the over, Denver Broncos team total over 26.5.
There you go. I'm fine with that one. Suppness. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the marquee matchup of the week. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the LA Rams. Pick them here, total 55.5 in this game. Looking at this one here, we do have both these teams coming in 2-0 on the season. Buccaneers beating the Falcons in week 2, 48-25, 31-29 week 1 against the Cowboys. The Rams have played the Colts, won 27-24, and they beat the Bears 34-14. And looking at this game here, this line's a pick 'em. My projected line for this was Tampa Bay minus 1.5. So I see slight 1.5 points of value on the Buccaneers in this game. Am I betting this game? No. I would be leaning towards maybe a Tampa Bay team total. But once again, they haven't seen a defense as good as the Rams yet this season. This is a step-up game for both these teams, playing teams that are much lower than them in the first 2 weeks. Lean towards the Buccaneers in this one at pick 'em here. I think that this is a spot where Tom Brady, I have the Buccaneers as the number 1 team in the league right now. So this is a spot where it'd be Buccaneers or Pats for me. I'm staying off this game completely. I think this is a good one to sit back, relax, enjoy, and watch. It's not one I want to bet on, though.
Yeah, I'll bet on this one. And as I stated, I actually did a free pick video for this game on ESB. I'm all over the Rams. I know what I'm getting into. Brady has been Brady. We don't really have to explain that one. He's thrown 9 touchdowns for the first 2 games, granted, against Dallas and against the Falcons. So don't know how much you really can take credit for that one. On the other side, they get the Rams, who have been really solid. Yes, they didn't cover last week, but they were still able to pull off a win against a good Colts team in Indianapolis. And then week 1 took care of business at home against the Bears. They're at home. They're in LA. And I really do like the Rams in this game. I think Matthew Stafford does enough. If you guys have any real quick fantasy talk, if you guys have any fantasy players in this game, you're going to want to play them. I know I have Robert Woods on my team. You're going to want to play those players from this game. It's going to be a higher scoring game. I could see this one's actually the highest total of the week. It's moved from a 45 to a 55, a 54 to a 55.5. I can expect this one to go over as well. I see Matthew Stafford getting a bunch of passing yards. I see Brady getting a lot of passing yards. I like the over in this game, but more specifically, I like the Rams in this game.
Sounds good. Moving on to the next matchup then, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings in this game. Seahawks coming in 1-1 into this game. Minnesota 0-2. And this is a tale of teams that could be 2-0 right now, but aren't. Seattle, week number 1, took care of business against the Colts. It was 28-16. And then they lose in overtime last week against the Titans. A game they definitely should have won. That they were up pretty decent heading into the fourth quarter, I believe, heading into that game, where they lost. They lost the second half 21-6 yesterday or last week, and they should be 2-0. The Seattle team, and honestly, we can see a world that the Vikings should be 2-0 as well. They lost the week number 1 on a fumble that I don't know if it was a fumble. I think Cook was down on that play, but nevertheless, they lost that game to the Bengals in overtime. And they missed a game-winning field goal last week against the Cardinals. This Vikings team could have easily been 2-0 at this point. Unfortunately, they have not been able to close games out. Looking at this game, we get a pick 'em here. It's -2 for Seattle. Plus 110-ish run back here on the Vikings. For me, I'm looking a little bit at this home dog. I had this game priced at pick'em, so I'm seeing 2 points of value here on the Minnesota Vikings. At plus 110, plus 111, I think I can be talked into it a little bit. I'm not going to be betting this game personally, but I would be leaning towards the Vikings in this spot. I think the Vikings team total over 26.5 is definitely live in this game. And I think that the Vikings are a live dog in this one. Now, they actually just dropped. Oh, no, that's first half. My bad. I was going to say they dropped to plus 105, but no. Yeah, plus 111. I think that's a decent play for the Vikings here. If you like this game, I think it would be a dog or pass spot in this game. This is a huge game for the Vikings. I think they might be able to get it done here at home against a Seahawks team that doesn't play well on the road.
Yeah, the big thing is that that Seattle game against Tennessee was a rough one. They kind of went up big and then took the foot off the gas and then they kind of let Tennessee come back, and I don't see them doing that again. If anything, for me, it's Seattle or nothing in this game. I think Seattle should ultimately be the better team. Yes, I know they're on the road. They won week 1 on the road. Their only loss was at home this week. I know it's only 2 weeks in, but I see the Seattle team being a good team this year. This NFC West being the best division in football, and I ultimately. I think Seattle gets the job done today. I know they're only 2-point favorites. I don't mind that. I think they could win by a little bit. I think going into Minnesota, they're going to look at last week's game and go, all right, we're not taking the foot off the gas. We're going to be scoring throughout the third and fourth quarters, and they're going to just go out and kick butt. I didn't bet this game. I do have Seattle part of my degenerate parlay, but I'm not betting this game, but I like Seattle.
Yeah, I just pulled the trigger on it. I like the Vikings in this spot because I have a feeling that this week, Seattle -2. There, I said it. This is the trap play of the week.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. This is the trap of the week. Everybody's seeing how bad Minnesota's looked. They should be 2-0 right now. So, and this is Minnesota's first home game of the year. Give me the Vikings in this spot, plus 111. I was just thinking over it, and I just pulled the trigger on it. So give me the Vikings in this spot.
No. Green Bay plus 4. We'll get to that game in just a minute. Cardinals over 51 or under. My lean would be towards the under in that game. It's just I don't think you're going to get as much scoring, but we'll see. Rams money line, I'm all over it. Teddy Bridgewater going to eat. I'm a Jets fan. I agree with that one. Seahawks, I agree. Ravens over 50. That was, again, yeah, I see that one going way. I see that game being one of the higher scoring games of the week as well. But we get Sunday Night Football.
Yes. Green Bay Packers travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers in this matchup here. Niners, 3-point favorites in this game, total 50.5. And looking at this matchup here, San Francisco comes into this game 2-0, 1-1 for the Packers. Packers got embarrassed in the week number 1, and then they finally had a nice little bounce back performance. Granted, it was against the University of Detroit with the Lions. And on the other side here, we have the Niners who they beat the Lions week 1, 41-33. And then they took care of business against the Eagles. They covered the spread, and they won 17-11 in that game. I think the Niners are going to be a good team this year, and I think they take care of business in this one. My power ranking for this game, Niners -3.5. I do like the Niners in this spot here. You're getting them for 3. I think there's a half point of value here. It's the Sunday night game. I'm probably going to have action on it. So I like the Niners here. If you don't want to lay the -3, -160, fine. But, I mean, this is a spot where I think this is going to be the Niners' first home game this season. I think they're going to be ready to come back and win in front of their home crowd against a good Green Bay team. So I think a lot of people are going to be on these Green Bay Packers this week. We're seeing 51% of the tickets, 58% of the money on the Packers this week. and this line has only gone from, or this line has gone down from 3.5 to 3. I do like the Niners in this spot. I think that little line movement created value on the Niners. So Niners -3 is where I'm going for this game.
Oh, I'm all over it as well. Just to give an idea, throughout the first 7 primetime games this year, me and Nick are 5-2 on those primetime games. Only 2 losers was Thursday with the Houston bet, and week 1 Monday Night Football with the under bet in that Vegas game. We're going right back to San Francisco for it. It's going to be up. It's a pretty confident play for me. San Francisco has looked really good. I know they didn't cover week 1 against Detroit. They were dominating that whole game. They just slipped up the last 2 minutes. Last week looked really, really good against the Eagles. We're able to stop them to 11 points. Really good defense there. On the other side, Green Bay, who got smacked week 1 against the Saints, beat the Lions. So both teams have beaten the Lions this year. I just don't think that was – I know Green Bay won by 18, but it's against the Lions. I don't really know if that really makes a difference for me. I think in San Francisco is the play for this one. I would probably take them all the way up to a 6.5 in this game.
Fair enough. Sounds good. That is going to conclude our NFL content for today. Let's make our way over to the MLB then.
Let's do it.
We have kicking it on off here. The Kansas City Royals are at the Detroit Tigers in this one, -108, -102. Pick 'em in this game. Total 9. Chris Bubic and Willie Peralta, your pitching matchup for this one. Bubic 5-6 this year, a 4-point. What?
It's our best bet.
Oh, wow. My bad. Yep. Moving on to the next one here.
Sorry. Best bet, picksandparleys.net. We actually have 11 plays up on Picks and Parleys, 6 NFLs, which we went over 5 of them. We'll have 3 MLBs and 2 of the WNBA, and I mentioned that because, go through the chat just real quick. I had Red Sox yesterday, still emotionally recovering. I had the Red Sox as well. You guys give WNBA plays? Yes. Overs. There you go. Over in both. 49ers. Yes. Green Bay over. I don't know. Our Red Sox getting swept today? I think so. Lowell's best bet. Yep. Packers over 50. Cowboys under. Rams under. Chiefs over.
Okay.
Packers over. I'm going to say no to. I think that one's going to be more of a defensive game. Cowboys under. I haven't really looked at that one yet. That's tomorrow night's game. Rams under. No, I'd rather go over. Chiefs over. I'm okay with. Bet this, and I swear you're going to cash out. It looks like a 2-2 day to me, but we'll see. We'll go ahead and move on to this one. Let's get it.
Yes, the Baltimore Orioles are hosting the Texas Rangers in this one here. You can get the Orioles here at a -130, +120 run back here on these Texas Rangers. Total 8.5 in this game. Are you looking at getting involved in this one?
Are you being serious or joking?
I know you're probably dying to get involved.
No, I'm not
with
playing
the
this
matchup between these two powerhouse teams.
No, I'm not interested in this one. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I skipped over this game. I didn't even do any research on it. I don't care about it. It's Texas and Baltimore. NFL today, other baseball games today. Move on, pass. I don't need to really go over it. There's no reason to go over it.
Yeah, looking at this game here, the Texas Rangers, Dane Dunning, 5-9, a 4.34 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP, 110 innings pitched, 106 strikeouts, and 37 walks. John Means, 6-7 this season, a 3.25 ERA, a 0.99 WHIP, 138 2/3 innings pitched, 124 strikeouts, and 26 walks. Now, if I were to get to this game, which I do have a lean towards this game, my lean is that the Baltimore Orioles should never be a -140 favorite over anybody in this league at all. I don't care who's pitching. The Orioles suck. They shouldn't be a -140 versus anybody. It'd be lean towards the Texas Rangers here. Take the plus money if you have to get involved in this this 1-800-GAMBLER game. I have absolutely no interest in this one. Lean towards the Rangers. If you have to get involved in this one, not going to bet it, though.
Fair enough.
Hottest baseball team for the win.
Whatever you say. Sorry, I'm just adding some stuff to this scroller. Yoink. Okay. Yeah, how does Team Biscuit win? Nope. Next. I really don't have much from these earlier games.
Oh, you skipped over a game. We have to type it in. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia has a line now.
No,
I have a play on that one, so.
All right, I'll type it up and we'll go over it next.
Yeah, the Washington Nationals are at the Cincinnati Reds in this game. You can get the the Reds for a -185. The Nationals +170 run back in this game. We're getting Rogers and Molly. Rogers 2-0 so far this season. He's looked pretty good. 2.16 ERA, a 1 WHIP, 25 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 7 walks. Tyler Molly 12-6 at 3.66 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP. And 169 and 2/3 innings pitched. He does have 198 strikeouts and 60 walks. And looking at this matchup for me, I feel like this is a lean towards the Nationals in this spot. I had this game priced at Cincinnati -140. So seeing +170 here on these Nationals, +158, +160 in the first 5 makes me want to lean towards the Nationals in this spot. We're getting Tyler Molly, who doesn't particularly pitch well at home this season. At home, he's 4-4 with a 6.10 ERA compared to on the road, where he's 8-2 with a 1.85 ERA. Tyler Molly's more of a road pitcher, and Rogers has actually looked pretty good this season. And we're getting let me refresh the standings here. I believe we're getting a Cincinnati team that's been eliminated from the playoffs.
Nope, elimination number of 2.
Elimination number of 2. Heard. Yeah, this is a Cincinnati team that's pretty much down and out now. And I'm very tempted on adding in the Washington Nationals as a potential play here the first 5 innings with Rogers on. I'm actually going to do it. +158, Washington Nationals here going up against Tyler Molly and the Cincinnati Reds. +158, first 5 innings, Washington Nationals in this spot for me.
I like it. Once again, I really don't have much for this baseball slate, but I don't have this game. If anything, yeah, it would be leaning towards Washington. I had Washington last night, a little bit of a downer there. I will say, I believe, if I remember this right, Cincinnati. Oh no, this is a 4-game series. Okay, because Cincinnati won the last 2 games. I was going to say maybe they were going for a sweep. No, they're not. They're going to try to win the series, but yeah, I'm just not interested in going after this game. It would be a lean towards Washington, considering that the line has gone a little bit wonky with a -185 for a Cincinnati Reds team that's not been particularly good lately. And 2 games, elimination number of 2, so they could be eliminated today with a loss and a St. Louis win. I'm not interested in going after this game. This one's a pass, and we'll go ahead and move on from this one.
Yeah. Then we will move on to the next game here. Looking at the chat real quick. AJ says Arizona Buffalo teaser. I'm actually putting together a 4-team teaser right now that I really like. Trying to tease down through the 7 and the 3s is what I'm doing here. Baltimore down to a -1.5. Buffalo down to a -1. Kansas City down to a -1. Cleveland down to a 1.5. This will be a 1-unit play for me. It'll be 1 unit to win about 2.5. So that is a 14 teaser I'm going to have for today.
I like it.
All right, moving on to the next game here. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Philadelphia Phillies in this one. Kranick and Krause, your pitching matchup here. This is Krause's season debut. No numbers on Krause. Kranick 1-3, a 7.28 ERA, a 1.75 WHIP, 29 and 2/3 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts, 14 walks. Looking at this game here, we have tale of 2 teams. The Pirates here 4-6 in their last 10 games. They've lost 3 in a row. The Phillies are still competing for a wild card spot and a divisional spot. Technically, their elimination number is 3. They're competing for the division against this Braves team, and they need to beat teams like the Pirates. And I think they do today. They've won 8 of their last 10 games, the Phillies. They've won 5 in a row. I'm taking them in the first 5 innings, minus half a run. I still don't trust that Phillies bullpen. And I think that'll be their demise if they happen to make it past the Braves and they play the Brewers in the first round. I'm going to slam the Brewers that series. I think the Phillies get the job done here. First 5, minus half a run at minus 145 here against these Pittsburgh Pirates. Kranick is absolutely horrible this year. ERA at 7.28. I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know about Kranick in this spot. I would also look towards the team total over 5.5 with the Phillies as well. I think they absolutely tack him up for some runs. But for me, first 5 run line with the Philadelphia Phillies in this spot.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I did zero research into this one because the line was not out when
I was waiting for this line to come out.
Yeah, the line was not out when I was doing my research last night and this morning. So no, I did not bet this game. I know nothing about these two pitchers besides Kranick is 1-3 with an over 7 ERA. Maybe I look towards the over in this game. It's at 9. I'm not really too interested in going after this game though. I just didn't really get to do as much research as I would want to on it.
All right, we'll move on then. Chicago White Sox are at the Cleveland Indians here, minus 1. Just skip baseball. Let's win off of football and WNBA. Sure, why not? All right.
It might be a teaser today. Storm and Lynx. We have the overs in both games. You're welcome.
Yeah, we have in this game, White Sox are minus 155, plus 145 run back here on the Indians. Total of 8 in this game. Tristan McKenzie, Lucas Giolito, your pitching matchup here. Are you looking at this game?
No, I will say that this line has dropped a little bit. I know that I think the White Sox were up at 160 area. Is it only on 158 or what did you say? 155. I know they were up a little bit higher, so the money is coming in on Cleveland. Honestly, you're getting a Chicago team that's already clinched a division. They know they're not going to get the number 1 seed, so I don't think they're going to be playing as hard. And then you get a Cleveland team that's already eliminated from playoffs and doesn't really care. Coming down to the stretch, I'm not going to be betting as many baseball games just because it's teams that don't really care versus teams that clinch playoffs. And coming down this last week and a half, I will be having 4 to 5 plays a day. And I'm just not a big fan of this game. If anything, maybe I'll lean towards the Chicago White Sox in this game, but it'd have to be run line. Now, overall, not a spot that I'd be interested in going after.
Yeah, looking at this matchup here, Lucas Giolito 10-9 with a 3.70 ERA, a 1.12 WHIP, and 167 2/3 innings pitched, 192 strikeouts and 50 walks. On the other side, Tristan McKenzie is 5-7 with 4.67 ERA, a 1.11 WHIP, and 113 2/3 innings pitched, 131 strikeouts and 51 walks. And for me, looking at where this game is priced, this is a dog or pass spot for me. I would be leaning towards the Guardians here or the Indians or whatever you want to call them.
Indians.
I know. I'm joking. Relax. But yeah, looking at this game, it would have to be a lean towards Cleveland in this spot. For me, I think that the Indians are going to want to, or at least McKenzie's going to want to have a good end to the season here. I think he has this start, maybe one more. Plus, if we look at the White Sox, we know they're going to be playing in Houston to start the playoffs. And I know the Astros are going to be a huge bet for me in that ALDS matchup. And we all know that that series is basically locked in stone. It is separated by 4 games, so maybe they want to win to get that home field advantage against those Houston Astros, but I don't think that's going to happen. I would be lean towards the Indians in this spot. I did not get to it though.
Yeah, and I will say, the matchups are pretty much locked in. Tampa Bay will face the wild card team, which that would be a fantastic series, either them against Boston or New York or Toronto or Seattle. Those are still options. And then Houston and Chicago are pretty much locked in. We still don't know with that NL West with the Giants and the Dodgers. I will say Giants now have a 2-game lead in that division, so I'm going to be leaning more towards the Giants as I have been all year. Or since pretty much the All-Star break. Milwaukee's got the division all but locked up. And then Atlanta and Philadelphia is still going to be a fun series to watch. St. Louis pretty much has that wild card locked up. So between if it stays the same, St. Louis and the Dodgers, that would be a good wild
I can't
card
wait to
game.
see the Cardinals bounce the Dodgers.
And then the winner of that game against San Francisco, and then Milwaukee and Atlanta, or Milwaukee and Philadelphia.
Murderer's row there for the Cardinals there.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, nothing in this game.
Moving on then, Miami Marlins are at the Tampa Bay Rays in this one. The Rays are on a minus 270 this game, plus 240 run back here with the Marlins. Total of 8 in this game. Shane Baz and Jesus Luzardo, your pitching matchup for this one. And looking at this game here, we do have Luzardo 3-4, a 7.13 ERA, a 1.71 WHIP, 48 innings pitched, 42 strikeouts, and 30 walks. On the other side, Baz is 1-0, a 3.60 ERA, a 0.4 WHIP. Granted, 5 innings pitched his only start so far. 5 strikeouts, no walks. And one thing that kind of caught my attention in this game, while the Rays are 6-4 in their last 10 games, they've won 3 in a row. And the Miami Marlins have lost 4 in a row in 7 of their last 10 games. But this game would be a lean towards the Marlins in this spot. The Rays, this is what kept me off of betting the Rays this morning, is the Rays just clinched the American League East. And they probably had a little bit of bubbly last night. So this may be a sluggish start here for the Rays. And honestly, if you want to play in this game, I think the Miami Marlins team total over 2.5 could be a halfway decent play at minus 130. They're going up against Shane Baz, which we have very limited numbers on. And this is going to be probably a slow start for the Rays in this game. So for me, it'd be a lean towards Miami team total over 2.5. I did not bet it. I'm probably not going to bet it because I don't feel like betting every single game. But the Marlins have gone over in 8 of their last 10 games. So potentially that is a nice little spot there. Team total over 2.5 with Miami if I have to get to anything here.
No, and I would be all over Miami as well. I once again didn't bet it, but I would be all over Miami as well. Just you get Tampa Bay, who just clinched, and it's a Sunday getaway game. I think Miami could have a shot to take it. I know Jesus Luzardo has been awful, and Baz has been is one of their big pitching prospects that they brought up.
He pitched for Team USA in the Olympics.
Yeah, and I don't know. And the Rays have pretty much got that number 1 seed all but locked up in the American League East as well. They are 96-59, maybe try to win another 4 games to hit that 100-win mark for the Rays, but I really don't think they're going to go that hard to try to get it. It'd be it'd be Marlins or nothing in this game. I wouldn't even mind looking at the Marlins plus a run and a half at plus 115. That's still plus money, but for me, it would be Miami or nothing.
Yeah, plus you can get Miami in the first 5 for plus 228. I think that could be worth a stab as well, or plus half a run in the first 5 at plus 150.
Oh, see, why not?
Moving on, though, the New York Mets are at the Milwaukee Brewers in this one. Around minus 160 for the Brewers, plus 145 for the Mets. Total 8 in this game. Carlos Carrasco and Freddie Peralta for this game. And looking at this one, Carrasco 1-3, a 5.24 ERA, a 1.28 WHIP, and 44 2/3 innings pitched, 42 strikeouts, and 12 walks. On the other side, Freddie Peralta 9-5, a 2.65 ERA, a 0.96 WHIP, 139 innings pitched, 190 strikeouts, and 55 walks. And for me, this is a pretty simple play. I'm on the Brewers' first 5 run line in this game. I got it at minus 120. The Mets have lost 9 of their last 10 games. They've looked absolutely horrible. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 29-48 on the road. One of the worst road teams in baseball. This Mets team has been an absolute embarrassment this year. The best they can do is equal 500, and they're going to be under 500 this year. I'd also look at potentially a Yurfee in this game. Carlos Carrasco has a tendency of Yurfees hitting in his games. Will there be a score in the first inning? Yes, minus 106. I might throw a half a unit on that just because I have a feeling that you're going to see a run in the first inning here. Carlos Carrasco loves to give up those leadoff home runs for whatever reason. So when Tim's breaking down his side of this game, I want to see how often the Yurfees hit in his starts this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I know Lex just said Mets, Milwaukee, Nerfy. Not with Cookie Carrasco on the mound. He loves giving up those first inning runs. But yeah, I don't mind. I didn't bet this one just because I didn't want to. I didn't feel like laying the chalk on Milwaukee minus 154 in this game. Looking at it, Mets just got eliminated from playoffs mathematically yesterday. Milwaukee, lucky number of 1 to clinch that National League Central. I think they get it done today. I think they finish off the sweep against the Mets. The Mets have a lot of issues to get sorted out. Come back next year and try to do it again. But I think Milwaukee takes care of business today. It's a strong lean towards them. Not quite enough for me to want to go and put the money on it, though.
Yeah, remember how I said that Carlos Carrasco starts have a tendency of hitting Yerfes?
Every single one.
9 of 10 have hit the Yerfie. So I'm going to go a full unit on this one. On the Yerfie in this game, it would be that's for the Yerfie.
I'll type it up for you.
Yeah. New York Mets and Milwaukee Brewers, Yerfie minus 106. All right, sounds good.
Cool. We'll go ahead and keep it on with this next matchup. This one.
Yeah, looking at this one here, we have the Toronto Blue Jays at the Minnesota Twins in this one. Minus 175 for the Blue Jays, minus 166 for the Blue Jays, plus 155 for the Twins. Total of 9 in this game. Are you looking at getting involved in this one?
No. I will say a lot of my action is a little bit later. It would be leaning towards Toronto or nothing. They're still trying to go for that wild card spot. They will make up a game in the wild card if they win no matter what, because either the Yankees are going to lose or the Red Sox are going to lose. It's kind of a bad situation for the Blue Jays right now that they needed Boston to win a couple games just to help them out, and Boston has not done that. Toronto, I still think they have a shot. Same with Seattle to make that wild card, but it's just not a pretty spot for them right now. I think they get the job done today against Minnesota. It would have to be them on the run line. Manoah has been pretty good for him. Jax, on the other hand, I'm not really too keen on this Minnesota team. They need to fix a bunch of stuff and rebuild the next couple of years. So it would be Toronto or nothing in this game. You would have to run line it, though. Have to run line it.
Yeah, looking at this one here, let me get the pictures up because I still have Carlos Carrasco's numbers up.
Alex Manoah and Jax.
Alex Manoah and Griffin Jax. Griffin Jax has been a little bit better than his numbers suggest, though. Alex Manoah, 7-2, a 3.36 ERA, a 1.08 WHIP in 99 innings pitched. He has 109 strikeouts and 37 walks. On the other side, Griffin Jax, 3-4, a 6.75 ERA, a 1.42 WHIP in 72 innings pitched, 60 strikeouts and 27 walks. And looking at this matchup here, we have the Blue Jays, who have posted a 2-7-1 over-under record in their last 10 games. They've gone under in 5 straight. On the other side, Minnesota's gone under in 3 straight. So this is a spot where I'm liking the under in this game. I expect Alex Manoah. He's looked really good so far this season, and I expect him to continue that today. I would also be leaning towards the dog in this matchup, but I like the under even more. First 5, under 4.5 is my official play for this game. I got that at a minus. I got it at even money, and it's still even money. First 5, under 4.5 between the Blue Jays and the Twins for this one.
Sure. I like it. We'll go ahead and move on to the hottest team in baseball.
Yes, and the game I have way too much money invested in. We have the St. Louis Cardinals at the Chicago Cubs. We get John Woodford, taking on Keegan Thompson, the pitching matchup here. Woodford, wow, 3-3, a 3.92 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP in 57 and a third innings pitched, 45 strikeouts and 22 walks. On the other side, Keegan Thompson's 3-3, a 3.40 ERA, a 1.49 WHIP in 50 and a third innings pitched, 48 strikeouts and 30 walks. And looking at this game here, we have, of course, everybody knows the Cardinals have been absolutely on fire. If you want to get them for the World Series, they're 18-1. They were 55-1, 66-1 a month ago. The Cardinals have won 15 straight games. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10. They've gone over in 5 straight. On the other side, we get the Chicago Cubs, who have lost 9 of their last 10 games. They have lost 5 in a row. They have gone over in 10 in a row. So I have way too much money invested in this game, but I absolutely love this game. Give me the Cardinals first 5 run line. Give me the Cardinals team total over 5.5, and give me the over in general in this game at 10.5. I expect runs in this game. I expect the Cardinals to score some runs in this game, and I expect over here between the Cardinals and the Cubs. 16 straight for the Cardinals, I think, at the end of this game.
Oh, I'm all over that. I did grab St. Louis as well. Tip of the iceberg for me, I got them at 141. They're up to like 146 now. I'm still fine with it. This team has just been insane. They've won 15 straight. Could be 16 after today. Honestly, they could win the rest of the regular season. I wouldn't be surprised. I know they get Milwaukee. And at this point, Milwaukee might already be clinched. And then they get the Cubbies again that last week. So they get they have 8 games left. If they went 6-2, 7-1, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
St. Louis team has been really, really solid. It's got to be Cardinals or nothing in this game. I really do like that play.
Also, keep in mind the Cardinals may be clinched in a day and a half here.
True. Cards are insane right now. Yes.
And they're playing the Chicago Cubs.
The Chicago Cubs. The team that's going to go golfing. Yo.
Yeah, and they're going to go golfing with the Padres and the Mets and the
God.
I think the Diamondbacks and Orioles have already started. But we do get a matchup of one team that's not going to be playing golf anytime soon, I think. San Francisco Giants. They're at the Colorado Rockies in this one. Only a minus 165-ish for these Giants. Plus 150 run back here on the Rockies. Total 11.5 in this game. Kevin Gausman, Antonio Senzatella, the pitching matchup in this one. Are you looking at this game at all?
Yes, I am. Under. I'm going under in this game. Looking at the Colorado Rockies in specific, they've gone under last 2 games, 5 out of the last 6 out of the last 10. This team, and you're getting a total of 11.5. For this one, I do think you're going to get the Giants taking care of business. I think Giants probably win like 5-2, 6-2, and something in that nature. I just think 11.5 is a lot of runs. Yes, I know it's in Coors Field. I've been betting unders in Coors Field a lot this year and making a lot of money doing it. So under in this game, 11.5, perfect total for it. And I would think towards the Giants as well. Giants, speaking of lucky numbers, Giants' lucky number to clinch the division is 6, I believe. Correct. It's 6. No, hold on. Yeah. Yes, it's 6. Elimination number is 6 for or clinch number is 6 for the Giants in this one. I'm taking the under in this game though.
Sounds good. Yeah, looking at this matchup here for me, Kevin Gausman, 14-6 this year, a 2.92 ERA, a 1.06 WHIP, 179 innings pitched, 211 strikeouts, 49 walks. Senzatella, 4-9, a 4.14 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, and 150 innings pitched, 103 strikeouts, 29 walks. And I'm going to continue to ride this San Francisco team. And I have done the last few days, and it's worked out pretty well. Doubling up on them once again. Both these are at minus 125 when I bet them. First 5, full game run line here with the San Francisco Giants. I think they take care of business in this game. They think they complete the sweep over a Rockies team. They need to continue to win games if they want to win the National League West, because the Dodgers are still on their tails. They still get to play Arizona today. And if they don't win this game, they'll probably be only a game up on the Dodgers. So luckily for the Giants, they don't have to play the Dodgers anymore this season. But this is definitely a spot where the Giants are going to need to win to keep pace and to keep up on the Dodgers in this spot. I think that they do in this game. First 5, full game, run line, minus 125 and minus 125.
Real quick, looking at this National League West before we jump into the next game. Looking at the last couple games, Giants are going to be at home against Arizona and against San Diego. The Dodgers get the Padres and the Brewers to end the year. I'm thinking that this division is looking pretty nicely for the Giants at this point. That's it. Just figured I'd mention that.
Fair enough.
We'll go ahead and move on.
Yes, we have the Seattle Mariners at the LA Angels in the spot. -130 for the Angels, +120 for these Mariners. Total of 8 in this game. Shohei Ohtani and Marco Gonzalez, your pitching matchup in this one. And looking at this pitching matchup, Marco Gonzalez is 9-5. He's really turned around his season so far this season. 4.14 ERA, a 1.20 whip, and 130 and a third innings pitched, 98 strikeouts, and 37 walks. Shohei Ohtani's 9-2 this year, a 3.28 ERA, a 1.11 whip, 123 and a third innings pitched, 146 strikeouts, 44 walks. And we all know Shohei is going to be the MVP here. He's running away with it. I think he's a -3,000 to win the MVP. And I think he does win the MVP. I think it's pretty clean cut and to the point. Shohei is your MVP. And I'm leaning towards the dog in this game. I had this game price around -115 for the Angels. And you're getting +120 for these Mariners. So be a lean towards the road dogs in this game. I'm not getting involved in this one, though. Marco Gonzalez has looked really good recently in his last decent amount of starts. I'm trying to see what the number is for that one. They are 7-1 in his last 8 starts. So definitely he's looked really good recently. I'm passing on this game in general, though. No action here.
Damn it, I had that stat all loaded up and everything, and I was going to mention how he's won 7 out of his last 8, or the Seattle Mariners have won 7 out of his last 8 starts, and then you go and take that away from me and don't even bet the game. Screw you. No, I'm on Seattle today. Marco Gonzalez has been really solid, as we mentioned, and I'm still not hung up on Shohei Ohtani with his pitching. I think Seattle is still determined to win this get a wild card spot. They're 3 games back. Seattle really needs to step it up. They get LA today. They get 4 against Oakland and then 3 more against LA. I think they have a shot to I still think they have a shot to make the playoffs. Only 3 games back. They need to win today. They need to win like 6 out of the last 7 games, and they really need to have some other things go their way. But I'm taking Seattle. You're getting them at plus money against Marco Gonzalez, who's been nothing but money for them this year, or the last 8 starts. So Seattle, +122, +132, whatever you got it at, I like it.
Sounds good. All right. Moving on to 4th to last game here. We got 4 games here. Houston Astros at the Oakland Athletics in this one. Jake Odorizzi, Paul Blackburn, your pitching matchup for this one. -110, -115 here for these Astros, around a +105 run back for these Athletics. Total of 9 in this game. Jake Odorizzi, 6-7, a 4.22 ERA, a 1.22 whip, 96 innings pitched, 86 strikeouts, 31 walks. Blackburn, 1-3, a 5.17 ERA, a 1.60 whip. He only has 31 and a third innings pitched, but 23 strikeouts and 8 walks. Looking at this matchup here, the Oakland Athletics are going for the sweep in this game. I just don't think there's enough of a price for me to fade the Astros here. +103, +105. I don't think that's high enough here for me to go and say I want to bet against the Astros. Yes, I understand that the Oakland Athletics are going for the sweep in this game. I still think Jake Odorizzi is a better overall pitcher than Paul Blackburn is, though. And the Astros are still a better overall pitcher, or better overall team than the Athletics are. So lean towards the Athletics just wasn't enough for me to get involved.
Yeah, there's a bunch of teams that are threatening to sweep today, and Oakland's one of them, and they're going to. I grabbed them. I got them at plus money. I know it's not a pretty matchup between Jake Odorizzi and Paul Blackburn, but Oakland's threatening to sweep. I think they can get the job done today. Houston is starting to slip a little bit, but I mean, I'm not really too keen on that. They're going to make their elimination numbers, their lucky numbers like 3. I still think Houston's got a really good chance to I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win the division. But I have Oakland. I grabbed them at plus 103. I think it's just a solid spot. If I'm taking a team this week, there's no way Houston loses 3 straight games. Yes, there is. Oakland can do it today. I think they get it done today. Take Oakland plus 103.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Moving on. The LA Dodgers are at the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one. Minus 270 for the Dodgers here. Plus 240 run back here for the Diamondbacks. Total of 9 in this game. Julio Urias versus Humberto Mejia?
Yep.
I thought that was Humberto Castellanos.
Humberto Mejia.
Yeah, wow. It's another one. Are you looking at anything in this game?
No. Dodgers are 270. Cover says 300. It's just, no, this is way too wide of a spread. And minus 165 on the run line. No, you should not be going after this game. This one's a strict pass. Not interested in going after it. There's better games on the slate.
Yeah, looking at this one here, I mean, short and simple to the point there for you there, Tim.
I don't want to elaborate on something I'm not going to bet.
Good. Julio Urias, 18-3 this year, a 3.10 ERA, a 1.03 WHIP, and 174 in the third innings pitched, 185 strikeouts, and 35 walks. On the other side, Humberto Mejia, 0-2, 7.20 ERA, a 1.80 WHIP, 15 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, 5 walks. Yeah, looking at this game here, though, it's Dodgers or nothing, to be completely honest. Even at this price, it's Dodgers or nothing. The way that the Dodgers team needs to keep pace here with the Giants, the first 5 minus half a run at minus 165. I mean, you could talk me into that one there. Even though it's a little juicy, this is a huge pitching advantage here. And the full game run line's a minus 165 as well. I think that if I had to go anywhere in this game, and I'm tempted to pull the trigger on this one, I like the Dodgers' first 5 run line here, a bounce back spot after a loss. I'm actually going to pull the trigger on this one here. I like the Dodgers' first 5 run line, minus 165 against this Diamondbacks team. Julio Urias, huge pitching advantage, as I mentioned. And the Dodgers should be able to take care of business in this game. I have them priced around 245, so this is definitely a good spot here for the Dodgers. They need to get a win versus a bad Arizona team, and I think they do here. First 5 run line, minus 165 with the Dodgers.
A little juicy, but okay, fair enough. We'll go ahead and move on. We got 2 games left for today.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres in this one. We get the pitching matchup of Chavez and Musgrove in this one. Minus 140 for the Padres, plus 130 for the Braves. Total 8.5 in this game. Are you looking at anything in this one?
No. My last play will be in that Yankee game, the Sunday night game. No, I'm not interested in this game. San Diego officially eliminated from playoffs yesterday. Yay! But looking at it, it's got to be Atlanta or nothing. Atlanta is still fighting in this playoff race. I don't know who's the pitcher in the Chavez. That's probably why Atlanta's not favored. It's got to be Atlanta or nothing. Padres have been awful. Maybe even a look towards the over in this game at that 8.5. But I'm not too interested in going after this game. It's got to be Braves or nothing. Braves still competing for that wild card. Padres officially eliminated as of yesterday. So, this is another game that's just gross. I'm not interested in.
Yeah, I have no interest in this one. I don't have any more plays for the rest of the slate here. Chavez is 3-2, a 2.37 ERA, a 1.05 WHIP, 30 in the third innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, 11 walks. Musgrove 11-9, a 3.15 ERA, a 1.07 WHIP, 171 in the third innings pitched, 190 strikeouts, 51 walks. I'm gonna make this plain, sweet, and to the point to pass. It'd be leaning towards the Braves in this spot. I'm not getting involved though.
No, but it will bring us to Sunday Night Baseball, which I will have a play from.
I will not. Looking at this game, we have the New York Yankees at the Boston Red Sox going for the sweep in this game. Minus 105. Pick them on both sides in this game. Jordan Montgomery, Eduardo Rodriguez, your pitching matchup for this one. Montgomery 6-6, a 3.55 ERA, a 1.24 WHIP, and 149 and 2/3 innings pitched, 155 strikeouts, and 48 walks. On the other side, Eduardo Rodriguez, 11-8, 4.97 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, and 146 and 2/3 innings pitched, 170 strikeouts, and 43 walks. And this game is priced at a pick'em. I had it priced at a pick'em. I see no value on either side. Yes, the Yankees are going for the sweep. Cool. I have no interest in playing this game. This will probably be a game where I'm going to be watching Sunday Night Football instead. And even though this is a very important baseball game for the wildcard standings in baseball, so maybe I'll have one monitor with the football game, one monitor with the baseball game. I won't be betting this game, though. This will be definitely to watch and to see what happens in that game. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna end the night off with a Pats here and watch football.
As gross as this sounds, Yankees going for the sweep. I'm betting the Yankees today. It's kind of similar to the Oakland Athletics, kind of similar to the St. Louis Cardinals. They're going for sweeps, and we're going to bet them to sweep. Yankees, I got them at a plus 105, I think, at that time. It's a Yankee spot or nothing in this game, and I chose Yankees. Betting them, get the plus money, get them to sweep. That's fine. As my last play of the day.
Sounds good. But that's going to conclude all of our games for today.
We went over 29 games in an hour and a half. Let's get it. But yeah, that's all the games for today. We'll go ahead and do a recap over everything in just a moment. But if you got some, before we do go over the recap, some housekeeping. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share. Trying to keep growing the family. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, all linked down below. Speaking of Picks and Parleys, Craig did his show last night. Me and Nick did ours at 10. I believe Higgs, I'm not really. Normally he does it at 12. I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing it 12. Unless he's doing it now. Nope, doesn't look like he's doing it now. And I do think both that one and the Morning Wood Show might be a little bit earlier. I'd normally try to do it a little bit earlier on Sundays now. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. Just keep your notifications on for those. And then we'll be back on Monday or tomorrow for a game time decision for everything. But that's all the housekeeping. Go over the slate for today of what we got. I'm grabbing the St. Louis Cardinals to finish off the sweep. Under in the Giants game, Seattle Mariners plus 122. Oakland to finish off the sweep. Yankees to finish off the sweep. In the NFL, I like Pittsburgh minus 2.5. Buffalo minus 7. Baltimore minus 7.5. Kansas City minus 7. The Rams on the money line. And the San Francisco 49ers today in the NFL.
All right. For me, in baseball, first 5 under, Toronto and Minnesota. Triple up spot here, the Cardinals and the Cubs, over 10.5 runs. Team total over for St. Louis. St. Louis first 5 run line. I got the Brewers first 5 run line. I got the Giants first 5 and full game run lines. I got the Phillies first 5 run line. I got the Washington Nationals first 5 at plus 158. I got the Yurfie and the Mets and the Brewers. And I added in the Dodgers first 5 run line as well. And in the NFL, I am going with I'm trying to remember. Chiefs or Ravens minus 8. Giants minus 2.5. Chiefs minus 7. Niners minus 3. Colts plus 5.5 and plus 210. Bills minus 7. And the Vikings at plus 111 for the NFL for today. And the Steelers minus 3.
Good. Lots of games you guys went over today. It's been almost 2 hours. Appreciate it. Of course, dude. I got you. But yeah, that should wrap it up for today's stream. Nick, go ahead and finish it on out for today.
Yeah, it's going to just about wrap it up here for us. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we go live, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined, as always, with my brother, Tim. And this has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching, and good luck.
See you guys.